I was listening to some fucking
Slavoj Žižek?
Patrice O'Neal.
Okay. It's
My
not
man's is
Slavoj.
like
It's not
my
bad.
man's is like if it's two guys, it's a trade. If it's two girls, it's a threesome. Definitively, no debate about it.
We're done talking about this issue.
He was giving a public service announcement to everybody so they know.
It's a PSA from Patrice O'Neal. Sexiest man in show business. Also, one of the deadest. Ooh, that joke hit. Ooh, that hit.
Then he started doing that weird hateful shit. And I'm like, oh, come on, bro.
What's he do that's weird and hateful? I honestly
He
don't
started.
know.
He was just talking. There was like another chick host, and then he's just like lecturing her the whole time, and like shut the fuck up. Like you're just like, whoa, bro, you have to treat her like that.
Oh, he's talking in a way he don't need to be talking.
Yeah,
That's
he's like,
sad.
it's not a good look, but
Come on, dude.
we know who you are.
Come on, don't be a dick. Come on, dick.
Don't do that. Don't do
Give me
that.
the dick I love. Give me the
Of
dick I
all the
crave.
options, of all the options, I don't even like dick. You just bringing dick in here.
Just bring me the dick that I love and crave. Don't be this new wild dick. Be that good old dick. Be that
Old
good,
reliable.
be that old reliable dick. I think the stream's on. We've already become demonetized. There's no chance now. We're dead. You guys are like, is this your new game where you're like, Dan's like remotely trying to be monetizable? He's trying to feel out the
Yes,
waters, and you're like, not happening. No,
yes.
Dan.
I have
Nope.
a
I don't,
brutal grudge
I don't
against
know what
advertising.
you're talking about.
Okay.
No idea.
All right.
I
And
mean,
it's
I
definitely
mean,
not
you really think you're
intentional.
gonna get monetized when we talk about communism?
There's a
I mean,
chance.
he's got an excellent point.
There, we have a
There's
shot.
if there's one thing advertisers don't like, it's communism.
Advertisers like anything that sells. They don't give a shit. They're soulless monsters.
Yeah, but they at least recognize to watch out for the blade.
They don't know shit for dick about the blade.
You're right. You're right. They run first to the guillotine. They
Yeah,
just run their neck right into it.
they want to make it sure it's marketable. Can we market the guillotine is the question.
In fact,
It's
I think I saw a guillotine store downtown
effective neck scratch.
Yep.
for just
Record scratch.
pre-built IKEA prefab guillotines.
Yep. Record scratch. How did I get here? We're it. Keep devouring
Whole
those
lot of
sheep.
crack.
Whole lot of crack.
Crack cocaine.
And we're working 9 to 5 on doing crack
See, we didn't even say
cocaine.
the magic word. We didn't even say the magic word, and we're pretty close to pushing that envelope.
Yeah.
And you're already talking about crack cocaine.
Hmm
Working 9 to 5, talking about crack cocaine.
My favorite song of all time of in rap. My favorite stupid rap song is I woke up one morning and found 12 bricks. 12 bricks. I woke up one morning and found 12 bricks. That's basically the whole song.
Nice. All right,
And he's
time.
like, "What? Like where you find that? It was just right there."
It's time for the
What'd
hyphen
you do?
section.
Shit, I cut it and sold it.
It is
12
time.
bricks.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously. What else are you going to do with 12 bricks?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna hug and kiss?
Just right there.
It's right there.
I feel like it didn't just go. Was it just there? He made it happen.
You kind of do have to make that happen. Let's face it. It's not just 12 bricks sitting around.
It just you don't just wake up one morning and you walk outside and there's 12 bricks. It just doesn't make any sense.
Mm-mm.
That's a lot of bricks.
It's a lot. It's a lot of bricks. It's a lot of bricks of
Almost a
cocaine.
stonemason at that point. Good pun there.
That was all right. You got me. That one's good. I like that. I'm trying the world's greatest heist right now. There's a bunch of
Nice.
relics sitting around within relative safe distance away from opposing navies, and I'm like, I wonder if I can just gobble those up for the gold.
I got me some dome keeper over here. Keeper of the
Yeah.
dome.
Okay, it's a bad sign that they've already gone down and got the sheep there. They did not get the sheep on that coast, and there is a trick to this where I can steal both relics really fast by just moving them to one specific island.
Relics.
Yeah,
Is that like Nazi gold,
kind of.
or is it like stolen stolen diamonds from Africa? Is it Elon stolen diamonds from Africa?
No, it's gold. It's more like Nazi gold.
Oh, more like Nazi gold. Okay,
Yeah, it's more like Nazi gold. I'm gonna get this shit. I'm gonna kill it.
gotta keep it classy. The Nazi gold.
Damn right. Got to be a funky cold Medina.
Funky Gold Medina.
Nah, because I can move this one relic to Japan and nobody can get there basically, and I can move this other relic away from South American shores, just down south far enough that it's off the mainland so they can't walk and get it. And then I can go ahead and snag these other relics and then bring them back. And then, like, since I'm in Australia, I can snag these other relics. And it's like, I'm just basically stealing the world's gold.
Oh, so you're playing England.
Yeah, I'm playing England
Yeah.
as the Chinese. I'm showing you the power of labor, is what I'm doing.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, there's nobody in Asia, which is weird because I can just like walk around and do whatever the hell I want here. Like that tiny ass island, I'll just drop it there. I don't give two fucks about it. Do. Then we go take this sheep. Sheep go get in boat. Go down here, over here. Give you idiots two more sheep because you're dumb and you'll just stare. You won't do anything if I don't just send sheep to you. You're not smart enough on your own accord. It's depressing. Everybody get in boat. The heist must continue. Who's that? Is that their monk? No, that's a shepherd. All right, we got a chance here. That's a shepherd looking for sheep out in the middle of nowhere.
Wooloo.
That Harry Potter
Wooloo.
come out yet?
Harry, what?
Did that Harry Potter come out yet? They've been talking about that Harry Potter like it's out.
What Harry Potter?
The new one, the game.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't paid
I
attention to
assume
that
it's
shit.
out.
Korean relic taken. Oh
It's gotta
yeah,
be out by now, right? They wouldn't have been foolish enough to hype it up that far away.
I know, right?
they
Who would
would.
do that?
Americans.
Skyrim. Turns out it's just a re-release of the fourth Harry Potter book.
Bro, we ain't ever getting that Skyrim. What are you talking about?
Damn, bro, are you for real though? It's a re-release of the fourth Harry Potter book. I mean, not that I was into Harry Potter or the fourth one specifically.
I don't know too much about it. I know that J.K. Rowling is fucking up, and the developers are like, no, don't do that.
Stop!
Don't,
For the
don't
love of God.
do the literal
We have
Hitlers.
nothing to do with J.K. Rowling.
Just for 5 seconds, calm your pussy down.
Oh, for fuck's sake, shut up.
Can you, for 5 seconds, calm down your goddamn pussy? Can you do it? Not even joking. YouTube has a new policy to monetize
you
you all
imagine?
automatically if you curse at all. Are you kidding?
Can you imagine J.K. Rowling popping off, and you're sitting here like your job's on the line?
Yeah. Apparently, we are never going to be monetized on YouTube. Let's go.
Oh, why
Yeah,
is
we
that?
can't control
What we
ourselves.
do?
Come on. We literally said a single
What
swear
we
word and
do?
we're done.
I
Cussing.
didn't even do nothing. I did nothing.
It's the
I'm
cussing.
innocent. I'm an innocent man.
It is the cussing.
Misunderstood.
It's
I'm an
definitely the
innocent
cussing.
man. I'm just from the hood.
I just want to kiss.
Oh,
kiss.
that's right. We're supposed to be not cursing for the first 10 seconds.
No, now they've got it demonetized like immediately. This sucks. Oh well. All right.
Oh, man.
We're never getting monetized doing this show, so now we're doing it out of my favorite thing class, spite. We're gonna do this show out of spite.
Oh. I was worried we were never going to get back to this point, but
Ah.
here
Oh,
we
it's
are
just
again.
February.
Oh, don't you worry, brother. Don't you worry. It's January
I
and we're
mean,
already back to operating out of
they never
spite.
liked us from the beginning.
That's true. They hated us. It's probably when I threatened to redact the CEO of YouTube. That's probably about the time I cost us that monetization.
Nah, it was before that. It was before that because
We had what?
we I had an example and I lost it. It's gone. I lost it.
Good
Sorry
God.
guys, I had it and it was
And it's
gone.
gone.
But it was definitely before that. It was like since the very
And
beginning. No, it was the music. It was like from the very beginning at the music when we was like, let's play the Soviet anthem. Let's play the Kawaii Soviet anthem. And we put up the music and they just strike you immediately and they're like, fuck you.
oh yeah, they did do that to us, didn't they?
They didn't like us from the beginning.
No, they
They were just
really
jumping.
didn't.
They were looking at for any chance to get us.
Yeah, everybody else does it without paying for rights, and they're like, "This is cool. This is cool."
I got that video from another fucking YouTuber. It's not even official. It's not an official song. It's someone else's. It's a rando on YouTube,
Yeah, they immediately crucified us for that shit. You're
and
right.
it's the Soviet anthem. You can't even copyright that shit.
No,
It's not a
that
copyrighted
country can't
song.
even fight about the copyright. That
It's not a
country doesn't
fucking
exist.
copyrighted song.
How do you
Yeah, they didn't
copyright a
like us
song?
from the beginning.
You're right. Never mind. I'm stupid.
They was like, "Fuck them motherfuckers."
Dan's having a dumb bitch moment right now.
I was
can,
I was amazed because we didn't even play that much. We played like 20 seconds of it.
yeah, and we edited it. Like we made it a parody.
Right?
I edited that thing so fucking hard, and they were like, "Nope, we're seeing right through your plan to fucking do your little joke."
We was-
Whatever.
we did. We did so much work to try to get to play that anthem. It was
Yeah.
tight though.
It was fun. We should go back to it one night and just get fucking
And it-
muted again on Facebook.
Oh, and the stream's muted.
Yep. they're on to it.
And
though.
it's gone.
And
So yeah,
there goes the stream.
I will. If they don't like us anyway, I'll drop my N bombs.
Please,
Oh.
that's all I'm asking is please don't drop the N
Asshole.
bomb.
It's that's more for our comfort and less so for the monetization.
Yeah, it's more of a personal thing, man. Please
What?
don't
Does
do
it make
that.
you uncomfortable? I thought that was the whole point of the word.
It,
Yeah.
I thought that's why we still say it.
No, we don't say it. They say it.
yeah, we definitely don't say it.
Yeah, we're trying not to do that. We're trying not to fuck up and say that. We're trying to win the How Not to Die
You
challenge.
sure? You sure you didn't want to? You
Yes.
didn't want to pass?
No, I'm sure. I don't know. There's no such thing as a pass. You can't fool me. Won't get fooled again, sir.
I will not be tricked 2 times.
Yeah. First time, shame
What
on
you just
me.
I don't know. I don't know this guy.
Yeah. I know what you're going to do to me. Don't even try it.
But I heard his butt takes a nice pounding.
No. Oh, vulgar. Gosh, you're running spicy tonight. You're all amped
yeah.
up. You're all
Yeah.
amped up.
I'm caffeined up.
You are. You're like, I'm so ready for this episode and I have no idea what the plot is.
Caffeine. It actually works on me. I don't drink a lot of caffeine.
I know. That's because caffeine killed your father.
No, it's because it gives me a fucking headache.
I
Too
like.
much of that shit.
I prefer the story where it killed your father. If I'm going to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Pretty
think
sure that was Corona Chan, but okay.
no, it's funnier this way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And your dad being dead is something we're gonna play for a while. Oh, Dan Cohen, horrible friend arc.
Kid Cohen fucking up. Fucking up since January 20th.
Yeah, he waited 3 weeks to fuck it. Really bad. That was kind of him to wait that long.
Ooh.
Oh my
The
god.
whole room just fell silent.
Yep, they're like, Dan, you can't joke about his father dying. Cigarettes killed his father and raped his mother.
And then alcohol came in and did the double tap.
Did the double tap. And that's why he can't walk at all. To the grocery store to go get liquor that he so desperately craves.
My only wish is that it takes the Republicans' fathers.
Republican death.
Legally, these are jokes.
Legally-
Allegedly.
Legally, this is true.
Allegedly.
That's how we feel about you. Man, we are back at it. We're doing pretty good tonight. I'm enjoying the roll. I'm enjoying the smooth roll of this. Rolls down smooth.
So good. So
Yeah.
smooth.
Smooth Sons of Tree Air content. We haven't had that in a while. But I tell you, I am Dan Cohen, of course. I'm joined by Jank Engels and Michael Jordan Peterson. So, fellas, good evening.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Good
welcome.
evening.
Welcome.
Yes.
Good to have you.
We're going to have, as you can see, we're going to have a sober and dignified chat.
Yes, let's put
Yes.
on our NPR tones. Today on NPR.
Yes, today
It
on
was a
NPR.
cold winter
There
whenever
was
I found
several
myself
there was
amongst
there
the.
were several drone bombings, but we're just calling it an intervention.
The first time I kissed my father, it was a sober event.
We're gonna whitewash this whole protest. Nothing happened in Atlanta.
This protest finna get so whitewashed, let me tell you.
Just throw a whole box of bleach on it. Just keep dumping. Just keep dumping. Keep going. Keep going. That's not enough bleach. Just give me the bleach can, and I'm gonna. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Oh, sorry, sir. That was the cum cannon. Oh no! Now I gotta hit the cum can. The cums with the bleach. With that bleach cannon now.
What the hell's that son of a bitch doing out here? I get the goddamn Japanese on my ass as the Chinese. This is ridiculous. What are they doing out here? Y'all don't need to be in the Arctic. Y'all motherfuckers don't need to be in the Arctic. There's no need for you to be doing that shit. There's no need. No. That's not how this rolls. I'm gonna go terrorize that fucking Japanese camp. That's it. That's what they get. You sink my
What
transport?
do they got? What weapons they got? They got archers now.
Yeah, they got archers and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
They chased me down with a goddamn galleon though. They're coming at me with the boats. They think they're gonna fucking boat
Oh,
me. Joke's on you,
oh man,
motherfuckers. I'm still standing.
some
Not
serious
getting
pro X
voted by
action
no
right here.
one.
I ain't getting boated by none of these assholes. Don't you know that? I'm still standing.
Whoa! Leave some options, man. Leave options.
No, I ain't leaving them no options. They're getting their asses kicked. My monk walked in and stole their relic. What's up? I stole your people's private property, and there ain't fucking nothing you can do to me. I'm playing like the British going all over the world. Yeah. I just disrupted their fucking lumber operation pretty hard, though. I'm
I
pretty
love
proud
how
of myself.
4Xs don't understand empires at all. They're just
No.
kind of like,
Herpy
oh
derp.
yeah, the Chinese is totally interchangeable with the British. Sure,
Yeah,
because that's how material conditions work, right?
exactly. Everybody can be British now, thanks to Age of Empires.
Yes, Queen British.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
Queen colonization.
Yas we Quan. Yas we Quan. That's it. That's all I'm doing now. That's the joke. You're thinking too hard about it if you think it's gonna get any better than that. That's it. That's all I'm doing tonight now. Fucking
You
ever.
know, I used to be excited to have a black leader, and now it's gotten to the point where when I see a black leader, I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to see the most anti-black shit ever pop up because they got the excuse.
Yep.
They
We're
got
in.
the free pass.
Look at
It's one
Kamal
of
and
my
those fucking immigrants,
It's one of
man.
my favorite lines from like all of those fucking conservatives where they're like, well, Obama was bad for immigrants too. Like, yes, obviously, you fucking idiots. They're all terrible. Everyone is bad. It has
Yeah.
never been good.
I always get mad. Why don't you like him then? What is there to dislike? He's for you. Not kidding. The
Yeah,
rank
it's
demise
like,
you're saying crap or poop because it's not seen as advertiser friendly. Well,
I
this is
love how
brought to
they
you
try
by
to.
Crap Tide, the tide that fucking dumps crap all through you. Sorry, chat notified me to a problem, so I decided to rectify it by making fun of Tide, the crap soap.
Those are some weird pods.
Yeah, Tide crap pods.
Don't eat them.
Do not eat Tide crap pods.
not good.
Not good, folks. They're not bringing their best over at Tide.
But yeah, those Republicans trying to find reasons to hate Obama were absolutely ridiculous for forever.
They are. Again,
It's like you should you that they he's doing everything for you to like him,
yeah,
and they're just like fuck him, he's black.
that's it. That's all you got. That's all you got on the man. Like I hate him for like give me how much time do you have? I can explain to you all of the reasons I don't like Obama.
Oh yeah, Let me count the way. Rolls out a scroll.
Yeah. I mean, for fuck's sake. All right, it's galleon time. Chinese
And
Navy is
that tan,
online.
number one on that list, that tan suit bullshit was a load of crap. What the fuck was that? It was the most asinine bullshit I've ever seen. He's coming out in a tan suit. Oh no.
Have you guys seen that one photo? If you haven't, probably look
You
it
have
out.
Cartoon Network voice right now, my friend.
He does.
You do.
He sounds like an
shit.
Aqua Teen robot from the future.
Having a weird connection all day. How's this better?
No.
You are not better.
It is a little better. Let's not be like dicks.
Okay, the Ghost of Christmas Past
There
of
it
the
is.
Future
Okay.
humbly requests that that you look up a photo. Google Obama cowboy hat. And
Obama
this,
cowboy hat. Oh my god, here we go.
if he
Oh,
wanted to
boy.
lean into the beige suit, like that's not how a president dresses thing. He should have done these Western outfits like every fucking day.
Yes.
Because in
Ugh.
the black
Fuck
cowboy
up.
hat, okay, the photo I presume that you're looking at, if you Google that, he doesn't just look like a
saw.
cowboy. He looks like the villain of a Western that
He's
rides up.
definitely the bad sheriff in town.
Yeah.
Yes,
I love
That's how he
everything
should
I'm
dress.
hearing now.
that's how he should have dressed.
He's got a
every
tan
day.
one that looks like he looks like an Australian outback like kangaroo rapist.
That is how he should have dressed every day.
Yeah, I'm not hearing anything that's making me dislike him. If anything, I like him more. The kangaroo rapist? That's pretty fucking funny. Like, why would you do that? Why would you make that
And
active
the outback.
decision?
Crikey.
We're going to Outback
Australian men are
rapist.
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Because that's just wearing it on the outside. You know what I'm saying? That's,
Mhm,
take that one as you will.
It's like that Jim Carrey scene, but weirder.
I'm raping my own ass. Do you mind? Yeah, that's fucked up. All right. For the record, we're not pro-rapist. We're pretty anti-rape. So,
Yeah, that's a hot take there.
yeah, hot take. I
I'm
like
impressed
that one.
as always.
That's going to be the quote that sinks us, boys. Just remember that. That quote right there, that off-the-cuff joke. That was our downfall.
But you said.
Excuse me, Mr. Dan Cohen, but you said, and I quote, fiddly finger bum, scoodly pooch. Can you respond to these
He
allegations?
totally looks like the bad sheriff. He looks like a bad sheriffington.
Bad
He's come to
sheriff.
town. He's come to town to collect the rents. And the
I'm
town
coming to
doesn't have
town.
money to pay it.
Howdy, y'all. I'm coming to town to collect the rent for
That
the
you
white
don't
man.
have.
You don't have
Y'all
it.
motherfuckers is homeless.
Y'all are homeless. Ain't my problem. Ain't my bitch. What are you gonna
Oh,
do
rents
now?
do.
Rent's
Look,
due.
when you get the money, find me in the brothel.
Y'all
Speaking
can
of
find me.
Australians, Dan, how long have we been making fun of that Nick Adams guy that does the conservative alpha male Hooters bit?
Oh yeah.
We've been making fun of that guy for a minute, and I only just recently saw a video of him talking, and he turned out to be fucking Australian.
Yeah, you didn't know he was Australian?
I should have known because
He's
he's
like,
concerned
he's
with
like-
American politics.
Well, yeah, he's like, I'm Nick Adams. I'm clearly a pure-blood American. I was born in the land down under, where kangaroos tried to kiss my mom and turn her into a trans lesbian. That's why I came to America, where I could do hate crimes. And I'm proud of the country I live in now, where I can do hate crimes. I'm going to go buy all the little kids' Twixies and Twiddly Pinks to get them away from those woke M&Ms. Woke and M's, I call them. W's and W's, mate.
What was the old? There's an old Aaron Thorpe. I think now he's at Borg posting because he's had like 10 accounts get nuked for making death threats or whatever. But there's an old post in his old accounts where he's like this is like years ago. He put some shit like conservatives because women are transgender or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's like years old. And then right now, we're at an intersection of they're doing the woke feminism thing again, but they're also all leaving their gas stoves on.
Yes.
Right? Like,
This is gonna get better and better.
that motherfucker saw the future on that post.
Dude, they are going wild about the gas stoves, and it's kind of awesome. I don't want to stop them. I'm with you. Just absolutely.
Yeah, what do I care? Fuck it, go hard.
Fuck. Can't finish that joke. Cannot. Jank, don't worry. I stopped.
Legally.
I stopped. I don't want you to panic. I gave
I
up
panicked.
early.
Hey, True, check out this game. I think you'd like it.
What's it called? Breathing the gas from your stove.
Well, no, I don't play that game.
That's a fun
I
game
have a brain.
that Biden doesn't want you to play.
I have more than 2 brain cells. Why would I play that game?
Well, because Biden doesn't want you to play it, you handsome, sexy patriots.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not motivated by owning the libs.
Jokes. These are all jokes. 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 Too much joking in the joke. Joke. Too much joking in the joke. Yeah, we got to watch on that one.
What kind of cute little
sure.
fight is this?
I don't know why you can't hug and kiss somebody in that. It sounds like somebody's trying to take away your rights. Yeah, it sounds like somebody's trying to take away your rights to be an American and not let you hug and kiss them.
Yeah, how dare
They're
they?
trying to take away your rights to be an American Nazi.
Yeah. And I'm proud to be an American where I can hug and kiss all day. My mom and dad, especially my dad, because he and I are gay together.
Somebody was posting the Hulk Hogan Real American song with extremely gay lyrics, and I swear we've done that
Yes.
exact.
I mean, I probably have at some point.
I am a gay American, fucking the ass of every man. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we've done that exact one.
Yeah, that's not hard though, is it? It's like the gay jam band. Like that bit just creates itself.
No, it's definitely got to be hard if you want to do that to every American.
Yeah. No, the gay jam band works in pretty much the same fashion.
Right.
Yeah. It's not exactly difficult content. We're not trying very hard with that. Let's not. I'm just saying, let's not act like we were doing something special here.
We try hard sometimes. We try hard. I managed to do a whole space this past Wednesday. We went for like an hour and 45 on that son of a bitch.
Well,
We try hard
nice.
sometimes.
That's pretty good. I'll give you that.
Going hard in the paint.
Yeah, going hard in the pink. Lighten it up. Get that motherfucking stink on your wee wee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jimmy Dean sausages. Yeah. Little John's a sellout.
Platypuses and otters.
Platypuses and otters. Yeah. Boom, boom. Do you know Little John was on an episode of Gravity Falls?
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah.
What episode?
So he did a rap song at the very end of this one episode where Uncle Stan he finds this old.
So it's the golden,
he has this
it's
old
the golden
gold miner.
statue thing.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
gold miner. It's the gold miner, and he like gets married to it in Vegas.
Oh.
Yeah, they were putting rappers in everything because Adventure Time had put Tyler the Creator in it.
Yeah.
So everybody was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do exactly what everybody else is doing."
Exactly.
Well, that would have been all of this would have been in the years. Speaking of the Obama presidency, all of this would have been in the years of the
Oh my god.
the main.
That show is
Invention
10 years old. Holy fuck.
Like, one day Bush is president, and all the rappers are still in trouble for saying "cop killer" and stuff too much, and then the next day Barack Obama is president, and all of a sudden, a very responsible rapper and his wife Beyonce are hanging out at the White House and talking about how property taxes are too high. It was the legitimate rap.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
sure.
Jesus Christ, that is 2012. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That
Yeah, I
shit's
remember
old.
I saw Body Count in concert, and that's basically all he did. It was hilarious. He was
Just
just sitting there
do
screaming a
fucking
cop killer for like 30 minutes.
That fucking rules, man. That motherfucker, like, I've always dug that motherfucker. Like, people have problems with
Respect.
like the character on Law and Order, and people have problems with like a lot of stuff he does and says, but I don't give a shit. I've always thought that
But
motherfucker
yeah, I
was
mean, he's propaganda, right?
Yeah.
because that motherfucker was in Gears of War 3 just as himself.
Right.
Like, motherfucker rules. He rules. Like, the whole point of the multiplayer in Gears is that instead of a custom character, you're using a very, very well developed, detailed character that has like a talented, prominent voice actor that recorded like hundreds of lines for your character to randomly say during multiplayer, right?
Yeah.
Like, instead of having an announcer, the soundtrack is your character. Like speaking of talented voice actors, it'll be John DiMaggio. Every time he jams his gun, God damn son of a bitch! And every time you find ammo, he's bullets.
We know how
Like,
you love Gears and John DiMaggio.
yes, but like Ice-T, like his character it's just nothing but shit that Ice-T says when he's killing people.
Yeah.
Just
Mhm.
like it's just so good. Like, they haven't had a guest star that good in that game in a long time, and they probably won't ever again. I don't
Well, they're
know.
looking to remaster it, so they might bring them back.
For 3, that would be so sweet. Like, I still like to play those. I have so little time now, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
playing that
You
shit.
know
I
it
was
all.
happier and younger, and just time stretched out to the horizon, seemingly in infinity. It seemed.
Time.
Definitely wasn't an infinity, but it seemed like it.
Yes.
It was time. There was time then. There was time.
There was time.
There was time.
Now I'm sitting here on break in this stupid ass job. I'm hiding out in the car so I can podcast for 20 or 30 minutes. I'm like, yes. Ah.
Chinese will overwhelm you with force. We do not give a shit.
Like,
That's
what
right.
is
Get
this?
that gold. Oh,
Whatever
dude.
this
What is
game
what?
is looks cool as shit.
What's that?
Whatever this game is looks cool as shit.
I don't know what it is.
It's called Hunt Down. Basically, they give
Okay.
you they give you 4 gangs, and they give you like six bosses per gang,
Yeah.
and you gotta kill them.
Then you gotta hunt
I
men.
like that it's a side scroller, but then when you're in the car, it just like goes up to Sonic the Hedgehog speed, which just doesn't work in side scrollers. But somehow Sonic and this game somehow make it work. Like,
Right.
Well, it's mostly because the technology wasn't fast enough to do it until the Sega Genesis, and even
yeah,
the Super Nintendo couldn't do it. That was the whole Nintendo or Nintendo campaign.
My God.
If you remember that bullshit,
anytime you want to see some weird
it's like
shit,
36 teraflops of memory.
anytime you want to see some really weird shit, look up old video game ads from different eras.
It's so bad.
Weird shit.
They are pretty gross. In like a weird way.
But
Like,
they're
they
think
no
don't
probably
feel
more
right.
gross than they are now.
The most
No.
fucked up one. Do you guys remember when the PS2 was going to come out and all the ads were trying to like just basically just like scare you into like remembering that the PS2 was coming out with all this weird fucked up horror imagery?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the like they'll show like just an eye and it'll say PlayStation on the corner, and you're like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Like an eye torture scene with just the eye. Like, you gotta have this game system, prop the eyes open because
Don't remember any of
PlayStation.
this.
Good for
There was a
you.
lot of
It's nightmarish.
That means you're healthy.
I guess.
another one of those
YouTube.
things. You know,
YouTube had the Skittles commercial for the past, like, sometime last year, I think, where
Skittles.
for almost a year straight, it had this, like, weird blobish creature that was just terrifyingly, vaguely humanoid and really hit the Uncanny Valley extra hard for me and was absolutely unskippable.
whoever has that skills contract thinks they are hot shit and has for a minute. Yeah. Like, I don't know, some of them are pretty good. Like, but yeah, this is just another example of you being normal, where, like, similar to how you don't have a Twitter account, where you're just like, It's just this vast expanse of just brain damage that you haven't been subjected to.
I've somehow like Clouseau bumbled my way through life by avoiding it.
Without finding it.
Like Mr. Magoo right past the most brain damaging shit.
Yeah, how'd you pull that off? That's weird.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You lucky.
Well,
I'm
you
gonna
know,
chalk it up to luck and call it a day.
at one point it was just like, just a meaningless like a meaningless choice that didn't have like wide ranging like effects or any real noteworthy aspect to it. But now it creates like a real like it's so great now because we'll come in here on this show and be like, oh man, oh my god, that motherfucker, like talking about like Amy Therese or somebody, and you just like your only exposure to any of that is filtered through us telling you about it.
Mhm.
That is true. That is true. I'm sure that that's a very healthy way to receive information about people.
I
That is
honestly,
I
in
yeah,
no
don't
way
know.
skewed.
I think so.
Well, I'm shocked that we think that as a collective.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
like
Yeah.
if you see a JPEG of Amy Therese as a sexy kangaroo and she has a bunch of crying pepes in her pouch, like breastfeeding, like you're like, that's just a fucked up picture. Like it doesn't mean anything to you if you see that.
You you are correct. I vaguely know what a Pepe is. That's about it.
You looking for Pepe's now? Is that your thing? You're like, I'm gonna tug at the
Like
Pepe's just to prove that it's
Go
you'd be
find a
possible.
rare one.
It's like stage
you'd be
6
like
cancer.
Yeah.
you'd be like, why are they still crying? Kangaroo mommy is breastfeeding them. I mean, that's where a kangaroo's nipples are. I mean, for some reason they all just still have the tears streaming down their faces.
I would really listen. I don't ask for much. I would like to not have to picture Amy Teresa's nipples if that's at all possible. Could
Like,
we
well,
just?
you can't see them because they're inside the kangaroo pouch.
I don't. I would prefer not to have the image burned into my mind from this discussion. So please, can we just, for one night on this fucking show, can we not have Amy Teresa's nipples be the topic of discussion? I'm begging you.
Amy Therese tweet. Like,
Ugh, again with her nipples. Jesus Christ, guys. I
They're
literally just asked for it. What do you do?
They got me.
Right into the
this is
nipple.
on those this is on those frogs doing all the fan art of them, man. This is their fault. I can't
Oh,
take credit.
okay. Okay, it's not your fault. You're just following orders for the frogman.
No, this is it's not
Okay.
my fault. It's not my fault that there's like 80 terabytes of fan art of like an Australian like
terabytes.
swaddling the frogs and like singing nursery rhymes and shit to them while they have like milk out of a sippy cup and nuggies or whatever. Like, it's not my fault that there's like 80 terabytes of pictures like that existing on the internet.
Okay, not your fault. Right.
I didn't
Right.
do
Terabytes is
all.
your fault.
Isn't it
I
weird
didn't
that
do
all
all
80 terabytes of those images were drawn by you exclusively, and it's somehow not your fault?
I always like, okay, for a little while the Pepes seemed like they would really be kind of like a force that had some kind of a future. But as they begin to like disintegrate and splinter into like factions and groypers and different kinds of Pepes and stuff, it seemed like most of them ended up that exact type of friend where all of their talk turned into baby talk. And to quote the great Branson from fucking E1 podcast, quote one of my favorite Twitter posts of all time. The new thing with Pepe the Frog is he's crying a lot now.
Yeah, the new thing.
Because it was true. Because all of a sudden, they all were just obsessed with just pictures of Pepe the Frog, with tears streaming out his face, and like, I don't know, it would be like his like autistic like 25 year old stay at home girlfriend or whatever. It's like they don't have sex, but she just like gives him a back rub or whatever. It's like it's okay, sweetie. Like they all just changed into that.
They've all
Fuck
been
that guy.
emasculated, and they're aware of it. Their masculinity is gone. There's no more sex for them, dude. They know they're done. They know they're out of it. It's that
I
simple.
thought that was part of the trolling the libs and And triggering the libs thing was that it was supposed to be like macho or tough or something.
Yeah, it's not. Pepe never was. Pepe was always a symbol of emotional damage. So eventually, the game ends, and it's just going to turn into what Pepe always was, which is pure emotional damage, unmitigated fucking emotional damage.
Just like my favorite JPEG that I keep just in case, which is a weeping frog with a gun in his mouth. I always hang on to that one, just in case I need that for a reply to somebody.
I'm so worried about you, True. Like,
No, it's going good. It's going good. Everything's going good.
Life's
You can tell.
fine.
You can tell by how healthy I sound.
Yeah. You talk really
I'm-
normal. You talk really
doing that-
subdued and normal.
All the things that I say are so normal. I'm doing that Twitter space on. I'm doing that Twitter space on. We even have an official. We have an official wellness consultant / advisor on that program.
Yeah. No, dude, I said everything you said sounds perfectly normal. You don't feel like if you feel defensive, bro, that's you, not me.
I'm getting more and more well every day.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you say really healthy, normal things that don't make me worry for your physical safety. Right.
stop gaslighting True.
I'm not gaslighting him. I'm just agreeing.
It's actually been pronounced Jaslight for the whole time. We just didn't wanna tell you.
Really?
I felt like it would be embarrassing.
Oh, it's gaslighting.
I think I killed True.
You motherfucker! If you just made that, you gotta go create a Twitter account right now and post that.
Gaslighting.
10 billion retweets. So your first post gets 10 billion retweets.
Yeah.
I'm sure that joke exists on Twitter. I definitely stolen that joke. It's like one of my favorite jokes of all time.
Jazz Queen. Jay.
Jass off
It's
Jill.
Jay.
Jass off Gill. Is that it then? Is that the name of the band? Okay. All right. As long as I know. I was worried I would be out of the loop on this one. I didn't want to be dethroned. Deboned? I don't want to be deboned. I want to be deboned. Boning.
You want to be reboned.
I want to be reboned. I want to be reboned McIntyre. There we go. Reboned McIntyre, new character. Reboned McIntyre, and she's
New
like,
character unlocked.
it's Reba McIntyre, but now she's had sex twice in the evening instead of once. That's it. That's the bit. All right, we got there. I'm feeling good. I don't really want to explore that joke any further right now, so gonna watch.
Did it say new character?
Yeah, new character unlocked. Reboned McIntyre.
Reboned McIntyre.
Yep, reboned McIntyre. She's like, howdy, y'all. I just had a dick twice. That's it. I just had a dick.
I can't think of what Reba song I would have changed the lyrics to make it that, but I will.
Didn't she have something like a? Didn't she have something vaguely about it being a woman?
Yeah. Bam! I feel like a dickin'. We got there.
My connection
It's like
is
the
bad.
white version of like an Aretha Franklin R-E-S-P-C-T.
Yep. D-I-C-K-I-N me? Yeah, that's it. Dick in me.
Yeah.
Instead of
Yeah, that's
R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Yeah, we got
That's
there.
pretty good.
Thank you. I am kind of a savant at this. I don't know if you know it. I'm pretty good. I'm not trying to brag or nothing, but I'm a pretty funny guy.
What?
He is a dick savant.
I don't have anything for you, man. Jesus.
Who are you talking to, buddy?
It's this fucking dog that hangs out here in the parking lot. And sometimes people give him snacks. Now he thinks everybody has to give him snacks.
He's right.
Is it a real dog though?
Yes.
Oh, I thought this was like another bit like the manatees or something.
No, this is an actual dog.
Okay.
Doll or dog?
Doll dog. It's both a doll and a dog.
It's
Like-
going downhill fast.
Yeah. It's a love dog.
Oh my God, shut up. It's not my problem. If I had like a dog treat or something, I would give it to you.
The way you're talking, it makes it sound like it's a crackhead.
Well,
I mean, I'm just saying.
I don't know this dog's life. I don't know if he's smoking crack or not. I mean,
That's the old Oliver and Company, huh?
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if this dog's addicted to drugs or not. That's none of my business. All I know is I get a fucking treat for it.
Yes, I'll pet you. I'll pet you here.
I'm reasonably convinced this is a real dog.
I am not entirely convinced.
I'm still waiting for the punchline.
A real crack dog.
What's his name?
That's right. Well, he doesn't have a name, I don't think. I mean, I
Well, he
guess
definitely has a. Everyone has a name.
It's
Yeah.
Tony Montana.
Just because you don't speak dog.
Yeah.
He
You
doesn't have
didn't
a
hear
collar.
it? It's Tony Montana.
Feel like a woman with Shania Twain, not Reba.
Looks like he was probably born outside and probably lived outside forever.
Damn, dude, chat is all up on their Reba lore. We are grossly unprepared for this bit.
Reba lore. I didn't know she had an extended universe.
Yeah, she does apparently. We are fucked. We
Well,
gotta
there's a
tread
couple
lightly on this bit.
There's a couple country singers that go pretty fucking hard. Your Rebas, your Dollies, like there's a couple country singers that don't get enough credit, and we'll probably give them some credit. There's a couple country singers that were probably disappointed when they realized that there was never going to be like a progressive branch of their chosen art form, right?
Yeah, probably. That seems like a them
Well,
problem, though, not a me problem.
Definitely, Dolly was disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, Dolly.
Which is funny
Oh,
because she's
definitely
old
that
as
way.
shit. She's old as shit. If anything, you'd think she'd be like racist and conservative and shit.
Well, you say that, but you know, you can. We got music from the 30s and 40s being like "Workers of the World Unite," man.
Yeah, that's true.
Those tunes did slap.
Forever. You still
Oh,
do.
they're pretty good still. Yeah,
Yeah. They hold
I
up.
like to play them at work from time to time, just to spite my coworkers.
Only
because
only
my
thing
boss-
they're missing is the bass drums.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are definitely missing those. My boss moved me to right outside his door, so I like to play pro worker music at a just slightly too loud level.
just enough to make him
That is
nervous.
100% a conscious decision.
You're like, I gotta push this just far enough to make him feel weird.
Yeah. Yeah, here, look, I can even run down the list here of the Spotify playlist of the music that I was listening to today. I have a literal Antifa radio on Spotify. It's great.
Oh, I want it.
Oh, all right. Now I'm sold. I wasn't sold at first, and now I am totally on
That's
board.
literally what I called it.
Antifa radio. I
Just
love
Yeah,
it.
why not?
He's like
God.
shaking. He's like, I think that Jenk is on the drugs. He's playing
Yeah.
Antifa radio.
So
I
it
don't know what
starts
to
with,
do.
starts with the old 16 tons from Tennessee Ernie Ford.
Oh,
Okay.
hell yeah.
Dropkick Murphy's Worker song. You got some Fortunate Son on there.
Fortunate
The Pound a
son.
Week Rise. March of the Jobless Corps. Chemical Workers song. You know, the
Yeah.
classics.
Yeah. All the stuff that makes bosses feel really comfortable all day.
Yeah. Killing in the Name of makes a nice, fit show in there. Bread and Roses, I Say Union, Feed the Machine, Fuck the Police.
Stop,
Hammer in
dude.
the.
Okay, for real though,
I'm serious.
I can only get so hard. You have to stop. This is inappropriate. We are at work. I know we're
Hammer,
kind of a casual workplace, but this is inappropriate now. You've made it too damn sexy.
Way to stretch the meaning of casual Fridays.
Yeah, you've just ruined it for all of us.
I'm having an
So
extremely
I play
casual.
those at just slightly too loud.
I'm having a very casual now because there ain't nobody here but me, and I didn't clock out for this break, so I'm probably gonna keep kicking it with you guys for a little bit.
Get their
I'm
asses.
having the most casual credit.
Fucking get their asses.
Well, I mean, it's logistics. It's logistics, and at the end of the day, if I'm here in case they get the delivery they want to get, then I'll be able to do the thing that I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
But if they want to get
the delivery, then what am I supposed to do? Sit in here and stare at the wall and play my dick until it's time to play?
You are supposed to do that exactly. You're supposed to play with your
That's
dick.
exactly what is supposed to happen.
They really want you playing with your dick, dude. What you should do is definitely start playing with your dick more at work and see what happens.
Wait. You should definitely find a camera first.
Yeah, definitely
I
in front of a
mean-
camera.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I am. I mean, I generally am. You know, I'm not a sucker. You know, but like, I'm just
Not a
saying, is that what I'm supposed? I'm just saying, is that what I'm supposed to do?
Yes.
You know, I mean, that's ridiculous.
I'm trying to
Hell
reassure
yeah.
you that it is an emphatic yes. Definitely do those things in public at work. So much so that it makes other workers uncomfortable because that's how you know you're winning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's how you. That's how you.
Well, you know what they say: comfort. One man's comfort is another man's.
There's another man's jerking off in front of a work camera.
Yeah.
Just saying. What are we supposed to do? Have you be uncomfortable all the time? That's not reasonable.
One interesting thing about these assholes, and another reason that I've been able to be so free about this shit. Holy shit! Holy fuck! Holy fucking shit! Shut up! Oh my god!
What
Holy
happened?
shit! I was trying to open
Something
YouTube
exploded.
on the work computer. And somebody already had like a cartoons playlist on here just cranked up to maximum volume. I wonder if this is what they were fucking doing the other night when I left early. Because there was other people here the other night when I put in to leave early for like the first time in like a long time.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, you guys know what to do, but they really don't. I guess that's what they did, was they just went straight for YouTube and were like,
Time to watch
watch some
cartoons.
cartoons.
Yeah.
Fucking
Was it
respect.
SpongeBob?
No, it was Teen Titans.
Teen. Oh, even worse.
Wait,
Yeah.
Teen Titans or Teen Titans Go?
Go.
Oh,
I like Teen Titans Go.
I don't. I do
I don't
not.
like any of it.
I mean, I always dug Ren and Stimpy. I feel like this is kind of adjacent to that kind of situation where
Yeah.
What?
really
How?
they're going for these sight gags that are based on like a really egregious kind of design. You know.
I'm trying to make Titans Go fun. You won't trick me, True.
I am now
Here I
reading
thought it was
chat's
just a cash grab.
Reba lore. While they
Dude.
slander the good, you know what? Teen Titans Go teaches kids a lot about workers' rights, though, because they teach it through like negative They like absolutely make sure to go out of their way and be like, yeah, you should definitely be a pig-headed capitalist. You should alienate your friends. You should definitely do all these things like as satire. That's what they do, and I'm kind of like, it's kind of based. Because they're like, money is great. And literally the money is bees, so it just stings the shit out of them as they acquire it, and it just makes them worse and worse people. And it's like, oh, there's a veiled lesson here that just the mindless acquisition of profit is evil.
Like a lot of the
No
Cartoon Network-
way.
a lot of the Cartoon Network shows, they just let like an incredibly basic single
Says,
episode.
says Cartoon
Like,
Network.
Yeah, I never thought
Like-
I'd say it, but based Cartoon Network.
Fucking that one Adventure Time episode, probably one of my favorites, Dungeon Train. Are you guys familiar with that episode? Okay, so they're in the woods and they find a train that just goes in a circle on the same track. Okay, so they jump in one of the cars, and then as you move up or down through the cars, you encounter all these monsters that give you all this loot when you beat them, and it just keeps going. It just keeps being like, sort of procedurally generated more monsters and procedurally generated more loot, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of set up like a dungeon crawler like Diablo or something, where all the drops are random and you just keep getting drops forever. And they find this one drop that lets you see the future, and the future it's Finn, and he's like 90, and he's like still doing the dungeon train, and he's become one of the bosses of the dungeon train. Like these guys that are just stuck there forever. I was like, man, that's like. They almost had a perfect critique of like a loot game, but then they added something that was so sick that like no loot game really has, where you eventually become like a boss that sits around and crushes other people. Like,
Yeah.
like it was just such a great episode. And I feel like that really slipped through because I feel like it's way over the head of probably most of the audience.
Right.
There's a point where
Sure.
Jake is, you got to get out of here, man. We
Well,
already
if
have
their
a
audience wasn't adults, then yeah.
like Jake is like, we gotta get out of here, man. This sucks. We already have all this loot. These are the same monsters. This sucks. I hate this. We gotta get out of here. And as he's saying that, he's just picking up the loot and putting it in his pocket. Continually doing it.
All right, I'm raising my archer army now. The Chocanoos are coming. We're gonna conquer Europe and Asia. Then we're gonna sail to the New World. We're just gonna march from South America north and just wipe out everything in our fucking path. Unfucking stoppable Chinese army. The People's Liberation Army is coming to this continent in a way that is not going to be peaceful. That's right. I play the PLA. All we do is crush economically and then just convert it into just a fucking two. You know, in a game where like a normal army size is like 12, I convert it into a 200-man army in charge. I just unleash them. I'm like, yeah, you'll some of you will die, but this is gonna be a great ride, boys. This is gonna be a real good ride.
Last time I fucked with anything like that was I used to really like Kessid that Cohen made.
Yeah.
They did a Three Kingdoms one and they did a Warring States one. I mean, they're kind of crappy, but it was like PS2 era, so I was like, hell yeah, this rule.
Oh hell yeah. No, it's Age of Empires, dude. I'm just playing classic old Age of Empires 2.
See, I've never fucked with it, so at some point, I'm gonna start fucking with it, and then be like hopelessly addicted to it for some compressed span of time, like instead of just always having fucked with it like most normal people.
Yeah, it's a normie game, and it's a really fun normie game. You don't have to do much thought.
I've only ever heard that they're excellent. I've never heard anybody say that it was anything unpleasant or like the ones I want to fuck with.
I mean, if you like 4X, then you got a 4X there. So
yeah,
I'll see the shit I really would fuck with. The shit I really would fuck with if I had time. All this fucking history Europe bullshit like Crusader Kings and Hearts of Iron and shit, where people always post a screenshot of their game and it's like the map of Europe, but it just everything's yellow and it just says Italy or whatever. And they're like, yeah,
it's all Italy. Everything is Italy.com.
if I had more time, I would definitely be fucking with those.
Oh yeah. No, they're fun as fuck, dude. Like they just rule. My allies are just in Africa, but they're the Portuguese. Just fucking. There's all sorts of weird, goofy shit going on. And they've just taken. By the way, they've taken over Africa hard. Like no joke, full. No fucking. What is it? No cap.
no cap.
Well, I'm glad you can still communicate with the kids these days.
I'm trying. Every now and then I say one of them right. Stop picking on me. It hurts.
You did good. I didn't pick on you.
I got you. I understood the words that came out of your mouth.
I understand you guys are both 22 and I'm 47, but like, there's no need to pick on me. I am making an effort.
Are you kidding me? I am a velociraptor, sir.
Well, you were in the Velociraptor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your mom.
That's so hurtful. You
I'm a velociraptor.
Just like your mom.
You kids talk so mean these days. Just gonna keep talking like that.
I don't know if it's just my bad connection, but it's this awesome shit keeps happening where it keeps sounding like you're on a one of the old like mid 2000s era rap songs with the auto tuner.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely not bad. But I don't know if it's my connection or what it is.
It is definitely your connection.
Yeah, you sound like you're on an auto tuner to us, and everybody else sounds like a normie. Just so you know, in case you were wondering.
My man's playing computer love over there.
Yeah. Last night, I put my arms around you. In this dream, I dreamed that I was touching you. I want your motherfucking butt. Your penis makes me horny all night. No, I don't know what to do about all of the Jews. What about Daft Punk with their anti-Semitic?
I can't believe you're worried about being demonetized.
All right, you got me. You got me. I'm not worried that much. I can't be. No, I don't know what to do about all of the Jews. They're running the country. No. I'm like singing alt-right songs right now. I wonder if that's what they do. I wonder if their parodies are just like all like weird anti-Semitic bullshit. And they're just like, and they like think they're hilarious. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, that was such a good one. We got him this time. We'll
No,
get
they're certain they're hilarious.
You're like, yeah, not only are they doing it, they are convinced of their own fucking hubris.
Yeah, without a doubt.
All right,
It
never
wouldn't
mind.
be them if they weren't.
Yeah, that's true. I did promise we'd talk a little bit about the person that
That's
Lee
brought us
wanted to talk
together.
about. Yeah, Lee wanted to talk about. So that is a it's Trofim Lysenko, I believe is the name. I don't know. It's a Soviet weirdo, right? This is a legitimate Soviet weirdo. This is where I am willing to critique the Great Union, right? Um, just a
How dare
very
you?
yeah. I know. Gonna have the tankies are gonna be on my ass, but Lysenko essentially like if you really wanted to be reductive about what Lysenko believes, right? Lysenko is this character who believes he's this cat who believes in like fucking pre-evolutionary biology. He's how do I say it? Slightly critical of the concept of genetics, right? Which is not
Sure.
is not in and of itself. Well, you can be critical of this shit without being a fucking crank, right? But it helps. It helps to be a crank on evolutionary biology to be a fucking weirdo.
Is this like a? Is this going to be like a Nick Land situation?
No, I wish, but like more destructive. Okay, to be fair, more destructive. But this guy was more than likely just a simple alcoholic, right? This was not probably a meth addicted freak. Um, although I could be wrong. Like I don't know the man very well. I did the barest amount of research to figure out that he proposed something that was akin to pre-evolutionary biology, and I was like, oh, this is disastrous. So he was a big proponent of like the idea that you could modify genetics through simple graphs, right? Which I warrant you is not pre-evolutionary biology because pre-evolutionary biology, the popular theory was that you can modify your DNA through repeat action, which is a little bit different. Not much, admittedly, not like a whole hell of a lot different, but it was different.
I swear to God, these people think it's Marvel superheroes out here with superpowers and fucking evolution shit.
Kind of. They kind of do. Yeah, they kind of fucking do. Um, it's in
I
like
definitely think
They're
that.
trying to like no fap their way into like being an X-Men.
Yeah, the
yeah,
X-Men movie is definitely 100% a documentary for them.
Well,
yeah.
look, somebody already tried that, and Cyclops is like the least popular X-Man ever. So
You take that for what you will.
it's been done, you know.
Yeah, but
Loser X-Man that never fucks. It's like it's been done.
fact. It really honestly has though. Like that's a thing that we already have in spades. We don't need more of that.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. This
What?
fucking slack truck driver is gonna drop off. Here he fucking is. All right. Well, let me pop out of here real fast. Have fun as always, you guys.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was good having you.
Oh yes. Oh
Later,
yes.
Drew.
Have fun with it. We love you.
Oh yeah. You guys have a rest of the night.
There's
You
one.
too, man.
Powell is a baby on a tricycle with a cannon. There's one that's got that thing from RoboCop to Storm Billy or something like that. That big motherfucker. Okay. Yeah. So with this Trophim cat, right? The premise is pretty much entirely that biology can be modified by simple action. That it does not have to be a function of genetics or breeding or something like that. And the idea behind the theory, the ideology behind the theory is I will say this: it is something that we would approve of, right? We don't want to restrict ourselves to liberal race politic. Okay, so fine, all well and good. I agree. I concur. That is a good thing to rip ourselves away from liberal race politic. We don't want to continue to do that, right? But there is a cost to this kind of thinking if we're far too rigid on our desire to get away from liberal race politic. The cost of that is number one, like we're just going to ignore legitimate scientific advancements, which do actually fucking completely crush the working class, because without an understanding of genetics, it's hard to do fucking advanced agriculture. It becomes a more difficult challenge.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we all agree on that notion that that's probably a lot more difficult once you add not going to adhere to evolutionary biology, and we're going to instead turn to alternative theories of evolution. That sounds exactly like it should, right? That sounds
But
like bad.
Professor Dan, have you not seen The Atheist Nightmare? The Simple Banana?
Um, yeah, bananas, that's a result of genetic engineering, though.
That sounds fake. It doesn't feel right in my heart,
Okay,
and therefore I'm going to tell you it's wrong in real life.
fair. Completely fair, and I understand. Counterpoint, I'm correct.
Oh, fuck.
So one of the things I've been morbidly fascinated with is the Soviet famines, right? I think that's been rather obvious that I have had a morbid fascination with those concepts relatively recently. And the specific reason for that is the narratives on those are always driven by like this idea that the kulaks themselves were inherently saints. They were, celestial people who could have done nothing wrong, which any narrative like that is immediately false. Like prima facie, I don't have to know why it's false. I can take for granted as to it being false. And even a cursory read of the 101 entry version of them, right? The Wikipedia already shows some pretty substantive Western biases. Number one, the kulaks were essentially in their world these like noble dirt farming savages, which that's a weird thing to say. That's a weird way to interpret the kulaks' existence, right? To just reduce them to these fucking hillbillies with superstitions. And then they also kind of get into this shit where like the from the and mind you, again, these are the sainted kulaks, right? These are the perfect peoples, the poor victims of the Holodomor. They get into the stats on them, and they're like, yeah, well, as out of spite of the Soviet collectivization efforts to raise food for the Soviet Union, the kulaks simply decided to retain more of their fucking shit. Right? They decided to keep it for themselves and then just do simple consumption and cut down their production. Right? So they wanted to keep their land, but they also wanted to intentionally, like, when the state was like, okay, you can keep your land, but now we need you to raise the produce, they were like, well, instead we're going to make it more scarce and raise the market price. Which, it's kind of amazing to me that like the idea is somehow like that the Soviets are inherently like, can you believe that they would have done that? Like, yes, I can. I can believe that the Soviets wanted a floor price on fucking agriculture to feed the Soviet Union. I can believe that. It's weird. Like, you can tell the Western bias of, like, why would you want to feed other human beings is there really hard, right? Because they code the Wikipedia article. They code it as being very, very, like, sympathetic to the Kulak aims of profit over human lives in the Soviet Union. Which I'm like, that's weird. It's weird that you were like really, yeah. It's weird that you were incredibly racist about how the kulaks conducted themselves, but also were like, but it was a great thing that they did. You know what I mean? And like, I shouldn't say racist, but I kind of do mean racist here because they're talking about Slavic peoples, whereas like the kulaks are a class of person. But the way they talk about them, they're using it in the racialized form of the Slavs. So like there's this underlying Slav phobia, right? I guess is the term. and how they discuss this situation, and it's really kind of fucking disgusting. And again, it immediately makes me suspicious. If you're like, can you believe what these fucking wild dogs did to each other over some fucking profit? And I'm like, I mean, I can, again, I can, because the purpose of the Soviet Union was to generate socialism and get away from profit, so I can believe it, sure. But let's say, for the sake of argument, that you can't, and the way you're expressing the fact that you can't even fathom that as a fucking option is through vitriolic racism against Slavs. Let's say maybe that's what's going on. And that's kind of the big vibe check, because, like, you know, again, it's really important to stress, like, the reason I am distrustful of the Kulak narrative is not because I hate Slavs. That would be weird as a Slavic man myself to be like, I fucking hate those fucking savages, right? That'd be kind of an odd thing. It's a thing. It's a decision I could make. I warrant you, that's physically possible. However, that would be very odd. I would be doing a Candace Owens at that point.
Yeah, Kanye does it every day. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah, and Ben, as a fellow Jew, does that to us all the time, right? He does that one pretty easily.
Yeah.
Off a cuff.
Beware the spokesman.
Yeah, beware the race spokesman is the lesson there. But, you know, again, there's like there's this oddity to it that's very Anglo-centric in my mind. There's not overtly, but there's like this really big undertone of like, see, this is why the fucking Slavs are failures, which, like, that doesn't hit. That does not jive. That's not something you want to say to me and to have you take you seriously, is all I'm saying. Like, that's not something I want to read and go, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense what you're talking about there. Because it doesn't. It's not how this shit works. But Trophim uniquely adds to this problem as a person, like as an individual. You know, it's not often we should be, like, when we talk about Mao and Stalin, we're talking about, you know, respectively the Bolsheviks, and we're talking about the People's Liberation Army, right? We just kind of shortcut it to this, which is dangerous, but I think we all know what we mean. So I don't feel too bad about doing so. Okay. With Trophim, he does kind of uniquely get some deserved hatred. He has some hatred coming to him uniquely because of his interesting behavioral choices and his interesting philosophical choices in regards to the sciences. And he does blow a hole in a lot of those arguments single-handedly about, like, science isn't ideological. Now, if the sciences aren't ideological, friendo, explain this man. Let's explain him in a way that does not involve ideology, and you kind of can't.
No ideology.
Pure, unadulterated fucking ideology. This guy is it's fucking surreal. It's fucking surreal. But again, the core of his bullshittery is the idea of evolution via forced change, grafting, and so on. And he is a goddamn weirdo about it. I don't know how else to, I just can't articulate this in like a nice or a clean way. He's just a fucking weirdo about it. He's an aggressive weirdo about it who is backed by one Mr. Joseph Stalin, right? Which, if you are a weirdo backed by Mr. Joseph Stalin, it's safe to say you have the floor.
You're no longer a weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're no longer a weirdo in that community.
No, it's safe to say you have the floor. And that's kind of a problem in terms of processing what to do with the agricultural situation in the Soviet Union, at least at the time, right? But this goes on for a very prolonged period. As I said, it goes up until the 1970s, and the underlying fundamental premise, as far as I can tell, is kind of twofold. One, we should not trust the fucking libs, which good on you, right? Good on you. Don't trust the libs. Scrutinize all of their narratives 100% of the time, just to be safe. I think it is well known I am the last person to criticize you for that attitude, right? I'm not gonna be caught dead criticizing somebody for having these "we should scrutinize what the liberals are saying" attitude. But, and there's a but, pretty big one, unfortunately. Maybe just because we are scrutinizing them all the time doesn't mean the corollary isn't true that every counter narrative to liberalism is unilaterally correct. That's probably not a true statement. And again, Mr. Tropham proves that that is not a true statement. Because I cannot stress it enough, that's not how most situations in biology function. They do not function on the basis of forced evolution, right? What we do have is forced mutation. I can externally cause my genes to mutate, I think, pretty easily. If you don't believe me, hang out at a nuclear power plant without any fucking protective gear on.
Yep.
I think you'll
That'll
find
do her.
mutation occurs. That'll do her pretty quick. So that's not an insane idea that you can mutate your genetics externally with, relative fucking ease, to be very frank. But it is kind of a weird idea that you can unilaterally change your evolutionary prospects on the basis of your genetics. And I would also grant you, to some extent, like, those external mutations that may cause you severe health problems could impact, your genetics in such a way that it could fuck up with your breeding. I'll even warrant that as a theoretical possibility from where I'm sitting, because I am no biologist by nature, right? That's not my field of training. That's not my field of fucking expertise. But it is still not, as a premise, hyper logical to make that the assertive point of your ideology. And Tropham disagrees with me. That the critique I'm levying here would have got me easily declared an enemy of the people. You know what I mean? He was pretty proud of himself. He thought himself into a nice niche. And that's detrimental. So we do have to, again, I cannot stress it enough, we do have to be willing to scrutinize the narratives of liberalism without saying some cuckoo banana batshit stuff. We can have a critique that both questions liberalism and still adheres to sanguine facts. And sanguine facts are not biased, so this notion then that you're an enemy of the people by virtue of the fact that you are, quote unquote,
Not an ally.
participating in bourgeois sciences. Well, sciences aren't holistically
Fundamentally
bourgeois.
bourgeois.
Yeah. There is such a thing as bourgeois science. We deal with that in terms of, we don't call it that, right? The pharmaceutical industry is bourgeois science. The climate industry right now is primarily at the hands of the fucking oil industry, right? That's bourgeois science if I ever fucking heard of it. So it's not even that I disagree with the notion that there is such a thing as bourgeois science or biased science. I don't have a belief that science is wholly fucking devoid of it, right? I think there are objective facts in reality, and that we will use ideology to filter those facts out to whatever ends we have. The abject knowledge seeker is still influenced by the world he lives in. We are not amaterial creatures, which is like, I don't think that's that shocking that I believe that. I don't think you guys are hearing me right going, holy fuck, can you believe what Dan said? I don't for a minute think you guys are thinking that at all. And I don't think that there's anything that radical in saying that we ought to be willing to scrutinize these things. I also don't believe for a second that you guys aren't like, okay, I'm willing to hear out a scrutiny of it, but it's still going to make some kind of sense, right? It's still going to be a
in a
sensible
shocking
scrutiny.
turn of events, you still have to be coherent as you talk.
Yeah, again, I don't find that to be, and let me be more, right? Let me do more. I don't think you're wrong for requiring that as a data point. Like, okay, I'll even hear out your amateur fucking scrutiny of it, Dan, but gonna need you to talk like your head isn't in your asshole. So far, nothing irrational has occurred, right? Nothing is groundbreakingly terrifying. Nothing is ridiculous, and so on. But we can move, this is the thing I want to stress, we can move into the realm of irrationality, and we can do that kind of quickly if we grant these ridiculous fucking notions, right? If we just grant these prima facie ridiculous notions, all in the name of shitting on the bourgeoisie. And this is, again, I will allege that this is ideological. Number one, the desire to scrutinize the liberals. Number two, it is part of the, how do I put it best, the anti-hippie.
Yeah, fuck those hippies.
Fascist?
No, it's not. It's not part of anti-fascism. It's part of the anti-hippie left. The, like, if you will, it's an enemy of anarchism.
Anti-hippie left.
Yes, it is the
The
notion.
liberals.
Let's take for a second. Let's ignore the other bullshit about hippies, right? Let's take hippies and interpret them as people who are fundamental believers that we are one being in nature and we have this place in the natural world that is holistic and good, and that is lost with modernity, and it is something that has been taken from us by our alienated industrial age, and it is something that should be returned to, right? So the traditionalist, which I feel very good, because when when you kind of made the knee-jerk reaction like the anti-fascist left, right? Well, as you can guess, right, that narrative plays it. It also meshes well with fascism, but there's that hyper naturalist, organic living fucking notion, okay? And it is what Trophim expresses, in my opinion, and you take me with a grain of salt, I beg you to. I ain't perfect, right? I never said I was, but this is my read of the guy. He is the exact natural opposite of that. His interpretation of the world is one where man is not a perfect fit into the natural world, but man is the master of the natural world in a very aggressive way. Man should be mastering the natural world and conquering it for his own ends. And to that end, you have to believe that by, all sorts of goofy shit, like, as I've said about the nuclear power plants in the Soviet Union, you have to be able to believe that safety gear is not a thing that you need because you can defeat the atom. In the case of evolutionary biology puts nature out of the control of mankind. To some extent, we can guide it, we can play to it, but we can't control it. That is really bad if your worldview is we are the masters of the world. We reshape the world in our own image. Right? And it's a very, to some extent, it's a very religious belief. A lot of religious people believe that we control the world in such a way that we dictate to the world what it should look like rather than the world, than the world
Right.
is, and it is something we are reacting to. It is the premise to our material conditions. And that's a very, both of those thoughts are very, very dangerous. I urge you to pick that third thought, that the natural world is the basis of our material conditions, and this is something that we are all forced to react to, right? The way to see in dialectics what society is, a mass reaction to nature. And the problem with the idea that mankind can overcome nature is it is fundamentally a very individualist philosophy, which Marx.
Yeah, we are nature.
Yeah, no, we're not though. We're not natural, and that's a good thing. We are
Yeah, but I'm saying we're part of an ecology.
we are we are we are
We're an
not
ecology
natural
unto
humans.
ourselves.
We are not natural humans because we do not behave like natural humans did. We
Yeah,
don't. We are a
yeah.
different creature. We behave in a way that has never on this planet existed, outside of maybe ants. It may be us and ants who shape the world to that degree, and it is entirely reaction to nature that does it. We do not fit into some sort of amorphous nature. There is no such thing. If there
Nature.
is, it is a hostile force to our very existence. It is squarely our enemy, and the way we have come to combat that is through society. It has been our process to overcome nature. Whereas the Soviets believed we were destined to do so on the basis of mankind being superior thereto, And the hippies believe that we are subordinate to nature and ought to enact its whims or wills. What we ought to have is that it is a storehouse of values, the very base values of everything that has been done and ever will be done. But it in and of itself is not a unique guiding force that should be subordinated to or conquered. It is a thing to be reacted to. And that reaction we take is society if we are doing it properly. And again, Marx himself mocks this idea. He mocks the Minecraft idea, right? The very premise to Minecraft is something Marx once dismissed as so laughable it didn't deserve critique. That you could fuck off into the woods with an axe and come out with a coal mine. By yourself,
Right.
of your own fucking volition. All of those things are social functions that occur because of society in reaction to nature. We extract value from nature. We shield ourselves from nature. We take resources from nature. Oftentimes, we don't do a very good job of forcing a stewardship on it to emulate what was there before we took, right? But that is a possibility. That is a thing we can do to some degree. There are some things when you take them from nature, they are gone forever. That resource is used up. And there are some things that we can force replenishment thereof. We can influence it. But it exists outside of ourselves. It exists outside of the human collective experience. And it is not a caring force or an uncaring force. It is just a force. A man like Trophin believes that in all instances, mankind can overwhelm and overcome nature. And again, in reaction to the kind of hippie belief, which would have been something that was known back then, right, as a contemporary experience, especially if you're coming off of being a serf, because the hippie idea comes off of being a serf, that you are bound to the land and you are bound to nature, and there is a certain degree of bounty to be yielded by it to you on the basis of your holistic existence with nature. And I will say this, there's one rare instance where he is correct, but it is a weird one. If you receive a blood transplant from another human being, there is a chance that your bone marrow will pick up that those blood cells are viable and it will produce blood cells matching that DNA type over your own blood cells with your own DNA type. There was a story where a gentleman had a blood transfusion from another man, and when he reproduced, they had found that his sperm cells had changed to that man's sperm cells. Literally an invasive parasite, just from a blood transfusion. So in one instance was Mr. Trophin correct, but it was completely by accident, and it was posthumously proven. And it's not one of those things like, it disproves, it's the exception to the rule that proves the rule kind of thing, because that's not really a thing, right? If it disproves the rule, it just simply disproves the rule. But it is the one rare instance where non-evolutionary biology is fair. It's in fair game, right? We found one instance, bone marrow. Bone marrow can behave like that. That's it. That's all it has. That idea does not hold weight on the number of things that he insisted it did, which caused a lot of death and it caused a lot of famine, in conjunction with other, with other circumstances. I apologize for the lecture, but I didn't want to get that out. I promised that would be happening tonight.
Oh yeah.
So that's it. That's a lot of theory to take in. Again, it's how you view tonight is really how should you view nature. In my opinion, as a Marxist, so if you hold the Marxist critique, the way you should view nature is as a storehouse of values that is not in direct opposition and is not in direct support to your existence. It is just neutral to the fact that you exist. It doesn't care. It couldn't give a shit less. It's not pro you. It's not against you. It's something that is there, and you are forced to react to it as the first point of reaction. You cannot get away from it. It's just in your face.
Full naked nature.
Full
Right
on
up
nature.
in your face.
Yeah. It sucks. It sucks that we have to exist like that. But there's no alternative to that. That's the basis. That's the one unifying thing through human existence is this is the first point of interaction we're going to have in the world, and we're going to have to contend ourselves with nature and reconcile ourselves against it. Fortunately, in my opinion, we have something called a fucking society to do just that job for us and aid us in that quest. It is the goal of the liberals and conservatives, in my opinion at least, to annihilate that concept and create a kind of panicked anti-dependency. But that anti-dependency erodes, obviously, right, its stated purpose erodes the social fucking norms, but that's as destructive for them as it is for us. In the immediate, they giggle, we've conquered the fucking socialists. But what they don't ever want to realize is that all of everything, everything they have is premised on that same fucking notion of society. So when you destroy society, you destroy the values you've stored up. You need society to define for you all of your wealth. And you need all of that. When they talk about this naturalist fucking interpretation of these things, nature does not have money. Nature does not produce money in the way that they are convinced that it does. Things from nature are converted into values that become the premise behind money. And that's a really big fucking problem if you don't have the society to act as that definer, as that machinery of definition. Because once you lose that, you have nothing. So liberals and conservatives work towards their own undoing, and they can't think that many fucking steps ahead. And mind you, I don't in any way consider myself a brilliant person, but all I did was think 2 fucking steps ahead. Sure, you're right. Own the commies. Great job. You definitely got us on that. Counterpoint, everything that you have and value is based upon the premise that there is a society. And we make fun of, and you know how I know this is not like a smart fucking critique, this is not a brilliant fucking critique, this is just the most obvious fucking thing, right? We all pick on libertarians for this all the fucking time, but it extends to liberals and conservatives. Now, I'm going to go a step further, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, they're the same thing. There's no difference between those 3 things. That's why you don't need a libertarian party. You already have 2 of the same fucking party. You don't need a third one. Who's that for? It's not for anybody. That eradicating notion and idea towards nature. Well, I get bad fucking news. We already get 2 parties who are hell-bent committed to that. Look at the climate crisis. There's a reason that is unsolvable under capitalism. Unless you start with the premise that to save the climate, we have to destroy capitalism. It's because every capitalist party, the capitalist philosophers, the great masses of capitalists, and their fucking cucks, are all hell-bent on destroying society. If you don't have society, you can't socially react to the climate crisis. You cannot then intervene on humanity's behalf against nature and fix the fucking problem. And case in point, if you don't believe me on that, what's their grand fucking solution? Carbon offset credits. Cocks. Their big idea is to shove cocks in your face. They believe that you can debt spend your way into a hypothetical solution to the fucking climate crisis, which is fucking real. Which is a real thing. And the other killer is there's nothing unnatural about what's happening. This is something that can just happen in nature anyway. Mars and Venus exist in the conditions that they do. Nature can do this of its own. We are lucky enough to be in a natural state by fucking sheer absolute luck that it is livable for our species within a certain amount of variance, right? It doesn't have to be. There's nothing in nature that says, when they talk about this kind of like, this always bugs me too. All right, so I'm just gonna get this rant out and then be done for the evening. I swear to God, I will end on that new character. I promised you. I'll end on a goddamn joke. But this bothers the shit out of me. Is this idea that Earth is some sort of natural garden fucking paradise? That's sheer luck. All that shit is luck. It's abject fucking luck we happen to live in the habitable zone of the fucking sun, that we happen to have a biosphere, that we happen to have an atmosphere that will support fucking oxygen-based life and carbon-based life. And we're fucking lucky that after the asteroids hit, there was a sufficient amount of life that we happen to have the right fucking evolutionary ancestors to fucking shit out the fucking proto-humans that became the humans that became us. That's all of that is fucking luck. Nature doesn't give a fuck. Nature was fine with the earth as a ball of fire in the early crucible of its fucking existence. It will be fine when the fucking planet is absorbed by the sun after the sun goes supernova. Or excuse me, after it fucking expands into a red giant. It won't give a shit. Nature will be fine. Because the idea that nature is just our wee little fucking rock in this grand fucking universe is fucking ridiculous. At the cosmic scale, nature could not give a rat's ass. We have to band together and make our existence fucking mean something. So when they talk about, oh, what you've done to Mother Nature don't give a fuck. Mother Nature could drop a gamma ray burst from a fucking star 400 million years ago onto our asses at any fucking second. Nature does not give a shit what is happening. We are clinging to a fucking small ass rock and playing our fucking cards. And the difference between us and the libs is the fucking libs believe somehow that they can fucking teleport and AI their way out of this crisis. We Marxists ought to be realists. If we're going to fucking do anything about this, it's going to take getting the problems out of the way and fucking getting our hands dirty and fixing this shit. All right, that was depressing, Grandpa Dan. That was,
Grandpa.
and I promised you one last thing. So, on our final 9 minutes together, it's not H.R. Geiger, but I promise you there will be a return of great H.R. Geiger. Okay? I will bust that out next week, I promise. I will figure out something to make that work. But I want to try something a little bit different. I want you to picture right now the Fox Five. You got Greg Gutfeld, you got Jesse Waters, and you got three women whose names don't matter because that's the point of the show. Sexism. Let's presume for a moment Jesse Waters is going off on a fucking rant about trans people again, because he cannot, for some reason, a guy who is that fucking heterosexual and that cis and that against trans people cannot get them off his fucking mind. That's sus. I'm just saying. Let's assume that his partner Greg happens to announce that he had a vaginoplasty and he is now to be called Greg Slutfeld. I've been laughing about that all day. Yeah, Jesse, I get big news for you. I have a pussy now. I got a vaginoplasty. I have a big pussy. You've got a big pussy, Greg? You've got a big ass pussy, Greg? That's crazy. Yeah, I'm a woman now. I identify as a woman. And I gotta say, Jesse, I want to sit on that face. That's great. I'll go downstairs and pop your tires. You don't have to do that. I consented. Well, Greg, I can't get hard if you consent. That's not how this works. Well, I really don't want you to slash my tires. Well, I don't give a shit what a woman thinks, Greg. I don't give a fuck. Greg Slutfeld.
Trans-inclusive misogyny.
Yes.
Hate better.
Yeah. I'm going to bust on that face and you're not going to like it, Greg. Well, I'll like it. No, again, if you like it, I can't do it.
I'm not going to be able to get off, Greg.
Yeah. I'm not. I want to be able to come, Greg, so you're going to have to let me pop your tires and do this against your will. Jesse Waters, open rapist. See, that's the other character. That was the real trick to that one. Greg Slutfeld is just a funny name. The idea is to work in full-on rapist Jesse Waters. As opposed to veiled rapist Jesse Waters, which he performs every week. There, I said it. I'm going to work more on that Slutfeld character, but I'm kind of having fun with that. Son of a bitch. Yeah, Greg Slutfeld. Nah, that's a good one. I can't get off, Greg. Unless I slash your tires. If I'm not disrespecting a woman and raping her, how am I supposed to come, Greg? Think this through. You've been on the show for 10 years, you dumb woman. Fuck yeah. That was fun. Thanks, boys. I appreciate it. That was a long chat, too. Good content. I'm proud of it. I'm proud
I
of it.
mean, that's a word.
What, proud? Yeah, it's a word.
Yeah.
It's a word I'd use. Why? Why can I not be proud of your work? Why can I be proud of you guys? Is that wrong? People are saying Dan Cohen's proud of his coworkers? Let me be clear. He's not been proud of them for 6 years.
Yeah, I'm so dead.
I'm sorry. Don't die.
Oh, so dead. Oh my god, negative 2 health. Oh yeah, I'm so fucked.
Lee, I hope you got here in time to hear the Tropham rant. I hope you did. That was for you, buddy. Wherever you are, I hope you did. But we love you. We're the Sons of Tree Air. We'll be back next week. Don't die.
Don't die, America.
Don't die, America. We love you.
Don't die in America.
Please try not to die in America. It's the worst place in the world to die.
It would be an unfortunate